And go.
Hello! Today we will be interviewing Shelley from Belly.
Hi.
Hello! How you
Hi.
doing?
Hello.
Good, how are you?
I'm very well.
Alright, so, why did you want to become an ice cream maker?
Well, I love ice cream, but I used to be a chef, and after I had twins, I didn't want to work the kind of hours that the average chef works. They work usually weekends and holidays, as you discussed with Adam previously
Yes.
from Google. And so I decided I needed a day job, but I didn't know what I wanted to do because the only thing I really liked doing is cooking. So I finally decided that I would start at the farmers markets, and I opened an ice cream company. And I had the idea in April, and the farmers market started in May. So I went from the actual thought, I'm going to start an ice cream company, to being open for business in 3 weeks.
Wow.
Had I thought it through, it might have been a little different, but I knew if I didn't make the jump right there and then, I was going to miss the season, and then I'd lose all my energy about it, and I wouldn't do it if I waited a year. So I just jumped, and I had no idea how it would turn out, and 5 years later, we're in my factory.
Alright.
Thank you, Coco. Did you go to university and for how long?
I went to George Brown, which is a culinary school, and I did my apprenticeship. So with the apprenticeship program, I think it's changed a little bit now, but when you go, you actually get paid to go to school.
Wow.
So you finish your education and
Makes
you're
me
not
want to go to school.
$40,000 in debt, and you actually have job experience and a job. So I went to George Brown in Toronto, and it was a 2-year program.
Okay. What is something interesting about your job that most people wouldn't know or expect?
Interesting. I think my favorite part about my job is dealing with the people that I get to deal with. I think that's the most fun because I've actually become a salesperson, which I've never had to do before. When you're a chef, you don't have to really deal with people.
Yeah.
So this is the first time in my life I've discovered that I'm actually pretty good at sales, and I actually do enjoy that part of the job, is dealing with different people and how excited people get about the product and that kind of stuff. And my farmers are really cool as well because we source a lot of stuff directly from farms locally.
That's cool.
Alright. Thank you.
What are some pros and cons?
Pros and cons. Well, in the ice cream industry, it's very, very heavily regulated for food safety. So the biggest con is for anyone who wants to start a business in food manufacturing. To start it without a whole lot of money is very difficult to do. I did it because I started at the farmers markets, but a lot of places will want to start with something like this. And this is a $500,000 building. So without any customers, and that's the biggest con, is because of the amount of regulations and what you have to build to have a safe facility. It's very expensive to get started.
Yeah.
The pro is I work for myself, and I work a lot of hours, but I set the hours as I want, and if I want to make a flavor like cinnamon bun, I can do that.
What is the hardest thing you had to deal with when becoming an ice cream maker?
Well, I'll put it this way. There was one day where I left work and the birds were chirping and the sun was coming up. And it was when we first started. I didn't have any staff. It was just me, and my very first customer was Mark McEwen in Toronto, and he's kind of a celebrity chef.
Yeah.
So he had placed a big order, and I was not fully grown yet. I didn't have a whole lot of equipment, and it was just me. And I worked until 6 o'clock in the morning to get the order ready. And that kind of thing happened all the time for the first 3 years.
When did he come? Like, what time did he come?
He didn't come. I had to drop it off. I had to ship it in the morning. But so I knew my shipping company was going to be there at 11 o'clock in the morning, and I finished at 6 a.m. Well, I was not going to miss that order for being late, no matter what. So I stayed till 6 o'clock in the morning, and I got it done. And you know, in the first couple of years of your business, you don't make a whole lot of money and you work a lot of hours. So you have to be willing to put the time in. But now that we're there, I have staff and I have a normal life and I work 9 to 5 and it's pretty good.
What would the world be like without ice cream
A
makers?
very dark place.
I
A very dark, sad place, I think.
Yeah. So ice
agree.
cream.
I don't think I'd survive without ice cream.
No, I don't think I would
Or
either.
it will be very hot without the ice cream.
It would be very hot, yes. And maybe a little skinnier.
Yeah. your life wouldn't be that fun without ice cream.
know.
I'd probably be 20 pounds less, but I'm okay. Sacrifice.
Yeah. Do we have your permission to post this interview on YouTube?
You do.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank
Thanks
you
for coming
so
out to
much
see
for
me.
letting us interview you.
I'm glad you guys came. It was fun. You're my first guests in our new factory.
Watch out for more videos. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
You want to take your ice cream with you?
Oh, for sure.
You have to eat it now because it's getting soft.